Hello, my name is Bhavya Reddy with the Avaya Serviceability Engineering team. This video is about how to configure network settings on the Session Manager server using a script called SMNetsetup. To configure Session Manager's network settings such as hostname, TCP/IP, DNS, time zone, we use a script called SMNetsetup script, which is located under the home directory of Craft. I'm logged into Session Manager as Craft, and here we can see that there is a script called SMNetsetup script. Let's go ahead and execute the script. Now keep in mind that I've already set up the network information on this system using the SMNetsetup script earlier. So it will give me the information that I had entered earlier and ask me to confirm if I want to keep the same setting or do I want to enter a new host name. If you have a new host name or a different host name that you want to enter, you can go ahead and enter the host name here, or if you want to retain the setting, you can just press enter. I'll also retain the server's IP address. And next it will prompt me to enter the net mask. It will then ask me to enter the gateway IP address. So I'll go ahead and retain the gateway IP address. After that, it will prompt me to enter the network domain. The next step, it will prompt me to enter the primary DNS server IP address. After which, it will ask me to enter the secondary DNS server IP address, if you have one. If you don't have it, you can just go ahead and enter none. It will then ask me to enter the third DNS server IP address. If you don't have it, again, go ahead and enter none. Verify all the settings below and then press enter to continue. If you feel that any of this information you have entered is wrong, you can do a Ctrl+C to abort it at this point of time. Press enter to continue. It will then ask us to configure the time zone. After which we have to configure the date and time. Here you will enter the date in the month, day and year format. Next step is to enter the time in the hour and minutes format. Make sure that the date and the time is correct. It then tells us that the time and the date has been set and you have to press yes to continue. In the next step, it is telling me that the NTP is currently running. Do you want to disable it? And I'm going to go ahead and say no. Here is the IP or the fully qualified domain name of the primary NTP server. It will ask me to enter the IP or the fully qualified domain name of the secondary NTP server if you have one. If you don't have one, just leave it at none. And then it will ask me to enter the IP and the fully qualified domain name of the third NTP server. The next step is to create a customer login. I already have a customer login created and it is asking me if I want to keep this login. If I'm going to say no, it will delete the customer account. But if you want to keep the login, you can just go ahead and say yes. And it will then prompt you to enter the password and retype the password again. After which it will ask you to enter the IP address of the system manager server that will be used to manage the session manager server. It will then prompt you to enter the fully qualified domain name of the system manager server that will be used to manage the session manager server. Verify all the settings below and then press enter to continue. It then starts configuring the host file and restarting all the network interfaces. Once the script is executed, Session Manager server will automatically reboot. Thank you for your time today. We hope this information was useful. We welcome comments, questions and feedback at mentor@avaya.com or on Twitter @AvayaMentor. Thank you for choosing Avaya.